Assalamualaikum everyone. We are from Bachelor of Dietetics Year 2. Today we are going to present about the HACCP decision tree for menu for hypertensive patient.
Okay, hi, my name is Alice and now I will explain about the HACCP system regarding the breakfast menu for hypertensive patient. Okay, so our breakfast menu include 1 plate of vegan omelette, 1 glass of pasteurized low-fat milk and 1 whole banana. So the flow diagram of the production of the vegan omelette explain about the CP and CCP that exist in this flow production. So the first CP is receiving where the receive eggs and vegetables from the supplier need to be checked to ensure that they are free from contaminations and potential hazard they may occur in the production. The second CP is cutting, where we cut the vegetables into small sizes. The utensils that used to cut the vegetables need to be cleaned thoroughly to avoid any cross-contamination that may occur during the cutting processes. The third CP is washing, where we wash the vegetables and the eggs thoroughly to remove all the germs that may reside on them. And next, we mix the vegetables and eggs together. And the fourth CP is seasoning. The mixture of the omelette is seasoned with salt and pepper adequately to enhance the taste of the omelette. The next step is cooking, which is CCP1. So the omelette is cooked at 144 to 158 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 to 3 minutes to ensure that we reduce the potential hazard that may occur within the food products and inhibit the growth of the microbial hazard. The next step is plating, which is CP5. So the cooked omelette is placed or served on a clean plate with a clean spoon and clean fork before it is served to the patient. And the last step is CP6, which is serving, where the omelette is served to the patient. Okay. So examples of potential microbial hazards in the food products, such as eggs and vegetables, may include Salmonella enteritis and Pseudomonas aeruginosa, as well as Listeria monocytogenes. So generally, potential hazards that may occur in these productions of the vegan omelette may come from contaminations from the employee due to poor hygiene practices or sick individuals, as well as contaminations of food contact surfaces. Okay, CCP decision tree for cooking. So there is a potential microbiological hazard that may occur in these processes, which is Salmonella enteritis within the raw eggs. So the control measures that we take to identify the specific hazard is by cooking the omelette at temperature 144 to 158 degrees Fahrenheit for 1 to 3 minutes. So this step is specifically designed to eliminate or reduce the potential hazard that may occur by inhibit the growth of the microorganisms. Okay, the corrective action that we can take for this CCP is by cooking the omelette longer to ensure that we kill or inhibit the growth of the microorganisms completely. Okay, so for identifications of the operational prerequisite program, so in these productions of the vegan omelette, there is no OPRP, only CP and CCP exist. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Farisha Eriena. This is the flow for the tuna egg sandwich preparation. The critical control point happened during the cooking the egg and the cabbage and also the tomatoes until it is reached the internal temperature. This is the HACCP decision tree. The potential microbiological hazard that might occur is Salmonella sp from the raw egg or E. coli from the raw vegetables. Physical hazards is usually from the dirty utensils used or from food handlers. The OPRP identification of tuna egg sandwich shows that there is no OPRP and only control point and critical control point. The control measures is to monitor the temperature of the cooking process frequently from time to time, and the corrective actions is to recook or discard the food if it is not reached the internal temperature or if it is in the temperature danger zone. This is the preparation of apple and also non-fat milk. Also, there is no critical control point. And in the table of the OPRP identification for apple and also non-fat milk, shown that there is only critical point in this process. For the spaghetti carbonara preparation, the critical control point happened during the boiling of the pasta and also the cooking of the garlic, butter mushroom and also evaporated milk. The HACCP decision tree shown that the potential microbiological hazard is salmonella from the uncooked pasta, and the physical hazard usually come from the unclean utensils, nail or hair that might included in the cooking process, and the OPRP table of spaghetti carbonara shown that there is only CCP and there is no OPRP. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Moving on to the next part, these are the suggested menu for hypertensive patient as for lunch. And so this is the food preparation flow for brown rice, in which cooking is the only critical control point and the other steps are considered as control points. So this is the HACCP decision tree to determine if cooking is a critical control point or not. The hazard that might present is a microbiological hazard, in which bacillus cereus that grows in undercooked food, and also physical hazard, which is contamination from the utensils and other foreign materials. The critical control point is to cook the raw brown rice for an adequate amount of time and temperature, with the critical limit of 75 degrees Celsius for 2 minutes, with the amount of time 20 to 60 minutes. We need to frequently check the temperature by using food thermometer and check the boiling of rice visually, and the corrective actions that can be done is to continue to boil the rice for sufficient amount of time, or just to discard the food entirely. Now, this is the steamed sea bass fish with lemon, the food preparation flow. As we can see, the cooking is the only CCP as well. And from the HACCP decision tree, we can determine that cooking is the critical control point. The hazard that might present is microbiological hazard, in which Clostridium botulinum and Listeria monocytogenes that can present in raw or undercooked fish, and also physical hazard. The critical control point is to steam the sea bass fish for an adequate amount of time and temperature, with the critical limit of 10 to 12 minutes, with the fish internal temperature of 65 degrees Celsius or more. We need to frequently check the internal temperature using food thermometer, measure the opaqueness and texture of the fish, and we need to recook the fish for the corrective action, or to just discard the. Next is the food preparation flow of broccoli salad, in which boiling is the only CCP as well. Based on the HACCP decision tree, we have determined that boiling is one of the critical control point. And the hazards that might present is microbiological hazards such as Salmonella species and E. coli, and also physical hazard. The critical control point is to boil the vegetables until the water reaches a specific temperature for a number of time, with the critical limit of 100 degrees Celsius, and for 7 to 10 minutes. We need to make sure that we use the correct temperature by using food thermometer and check for the tenderness of broccoli. The corrective action that can be done is to boil the vegetables again, or to just discard the food entirely. And the last one is the preparation flow for avocado juice, in which there are no CCP detected in this.
Steamed white rice, chicken soup, fried cabbage, banana fruit, and mineral water. For the first menu is steamed white rice. This is the food preparation flow, which we have 1 CCP in the steaming step. In the HACCP decision tree, we have determined that steaming step is one of the critical control points. The hazards that might present for the microbiological hazard, bacillus cereus, and physical hazard, house osmosis stones. And the critical control point, steam the rice until it reaches a specific temperature for a number of time. The critical limit, cook at a temperature of 75 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. We have to remove the house osmosis stones carefully before cooking. And for the monitoring, measure the temperature using thermometer and ensure the texture is not chewy or hard. For the corrective actions, add 1/8 to 1/4 cup of water and longer the cooking time. For the second menu is chicken soup. This is the food preparation flow, which we also have 1 CCP in the simmering step. In this HACCP decision tree, we have determined that simmering step is one of the critical control points. The hazards that represent is biological hazard, salmonella species, and physical hazard, contamination from dirty utensils and equipment. For the critical control point, simmer the chicken until it reaches the minimum required temperature for a number of time. For the critical limit, cooking step for chicken requires a final temperature of 75 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds. For the control measure, ensure the utensils and equipment used are clean and safe before cooking. For monitoring, check internal temperature by using thermometer. For the corrective actions, continue to cook until the chicken, soup reaches the final temperature required. The next menu is fried cabbage. This is the food preparation flow which will have one HACCP in the washing step. In this HACCP decision tree, we have determined that washing step is one of the critical control points. The hazards that might present, we have 3 which have biological hazard, E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria monocytogenes. For the physical hazard, dust, sand, wood, and metal pieces. Chemical hazard, chemicals in packaging or pesticides used on the farm. Critical control point, wash the vegetables within the specific time. For the critical limit, soak the vegetables for 1 to 2 minutes in cold clean water. We have to remove the foreign materials and make sure washing is done correctly. Check if there is any visible foreign materials on the vegetables, and for the corrective action, continue to wash if there is visible foreign materials.
So that's all from us today. Thank you for your attention.